something bad's going to happen to you. I'm sorry, but it's true. I'm not saying that to wish it upon you. I'm not saying it to be negative. We have so many blessings around us, but part of being human and being alive just means that some bad things happen to you. So it's not about if it's going to happen, it's when. And the question is, how are you going to handle that?
The Creator Podcast.
My name is Dion Williams, aka Dion Does, and I truly believe that we were all created in the image of the ultimate creator, and therefore it's in us all to create. And this show aims to help you and I both level up in this four-dimensional game of life so that we can go out and create for good, whether that's for ourselves, our family, the community around us, but all of this a part of a generational vision of a family of creators coming together to be the difference. Creator fam, welcome back to another episode of the Creator Podcast. I want to talk about being a victim and the victim mentality or a victim mindset. Now, it can creep in a lot of different ways, man. This is something that, as you're first hearing this, you're like, nah, I ain't no victim. I'm a G, right? But if we're aware and we're in the circle of truth and we're being honest with ourselves, a lot of us have a lot of small ways where we might be playing the victim. Now, for some, it's big, right? Some of the big ways you might see people have a victim mentality is that if they've been through, like maybe their dad wasn't in their life, right? That'll cause it. Or someone that's been like sexually abused or assaulted. Just anyone that's been at a severe disadvantage. Now, let's be clear. I'm not saying that there aren't truly bad, horrible, evil things that happen to people, because some people get defensive. They're like, but Di, you don't know what happened to me. I don't, man. But some of the ones that I do know, like, it's horrible, and I'm not trying to minimize that. But at the same time, as someone that cares for you and loves you, my question has to be, okay, so what now? Right? But Dia, my dad, man, sexually abused me when I was 4. Like, that is horrible. That is evil. But what are we gonna do about it? Because if there's one thing I've learned, that life is, there's no easy mode to it. Right? Some of the games I play, they'll give you like assistance or they'll make it easy. And you put a video game on easy because it makes the consequences so much less and it guides you. And so you can't really fluff up. No matter how bad you are at the game, right? They ain't gonna let you just completely fall or completely fold. Just like with, let's say you're going bowling. You put the little guardrails up so that you can't throw it into the gutter. Unfortunately, life doesn't work like that, right? There's no guardrails. You can get a support system and people around you, and that can help for sure. But life has a way of not giving a fluff. You could have one leg, one toe, and no arms, and you got a bowl on the same lane as everyone else. And so I think it's important to be very clear that bad things happen that shouldn't happen, but we have to keep going. So the principle for today, it was actually inspired by a text from my mom, or it was a text I had to my mom, because I'm always practicing the gratitude stuff that I teach you guys, and I even like to every day. I like to try to share my gratitude with someone else around me. It could be we're just having a quick convo with one of my kids or even my son who doesn't even understand me, right? I'll just sit him. I'll look him in his eyes. I'll just tell him how much I appreciate him, how much I love him, how much better he's made my life with him being here. He just be looking at me. Sometimes trying to just take my glasses off my face, or I'll do things like here and I'll text my mom, or I might Vox an employee, or, sometimes someone will email me or write me even on Twitter, and I'll just take time to really be not genuine, but what's the word that I'm looking for? Just really intentional about letting them know how much I appreciate them, right? I'm trying to make that more of a habit. And so I text my mom, and I'm gonna actually read it for you. And this is after she has been such a blessing in this season. Here we go. I got it. So I text her, and this is after the kids had spent 2 nights at her house. Or was it 3? I don't even remember, but she's been helping a lot with the kids lately as I've been working, and my wife has been my wife's doing a lot better now, but she's been, man, she has these flares, and she just came out of a pretty bad flare. And so my mom, grandma, came to the rescue and has been helping a ton with the kids. And I text her. I said, thanks again, Mom, for all your help. You are literally a lifesaver in this season. It's so awesome to see how tough times always bring the best out of you. I watched this unfold growing up, and you're definitely where I get that from. No matter how messed up a situation was when I was younger, I always watched you figure it out without making excuses or playing the victim. Thank you for being you. And I meant that because, boy, growing up, could she have played the victim, right? I believe her mom died when she was 5 from high blood pressure. I think it was high blood pressure. I don't know. She died when my mom was 5, and her dad was strung out on drugs. Horrible dad. And so she lived a lot with her grandmother, Mama Rose, and, old woman did her best to raise my mom and my mom's sister, but they had it bad over there. Super broke, right? Had to make their own toys, had to make their own clothes, like broke. So she couldn't even understand the concept of abundance and money, right? And met my dad, and they were married something over 30 years, got divorced a few different times. But he was like King Mr. Beat and Cheat on you. Definitely didn't win he didn't have his husband badges unlocked. He wasn't winning no awards for being a father or a husband. And so she had a lot going against her. And I watched her as a single mom do her best to provide what she could during Christmases and birthdays. And we struggled a lot. We were broke, man, right? Government assistance, light bill. Like, if there's something that could be on in your house, I know what it's like to have it off. Got evicted. And since I've been older, she's told me, like, yo, you don't know how many times I wanted to quit. It's just the grace of God and you guys that kept me going. She was like, there was certain days I legitimately didn't want to wake up, but I knew if I didn't, you guys would be all alone. And so she did a great job raising me and my 2 other brothers. I'm extremely grateful for her. Amazing woman of God. And it's crazy, like, especially since I'm older and I've experienced being broke, right? Me and my wife were broke and at the beginning of our marriage. Like, it is hard, and I couldn't imagine doing it without my wife and having that kind of support. So her doing it solo, I applaud that woman for eternity. I'm going to read her response to this amazing woman of God. She said, thank you for the kind words. I believe family is the greatest gift God can give to his people. I love hanging out with the kids. Thank you for being you. Givers receive. That is why God is going to continue to bless you, because you are a blessing to his people. Love to all. I miss the kids. And, she misses them because they were just over there for so long. I sent her this after they had just came back. And so, inspired by my amazing mom, and I have so many amazing people around me. I could preach just as long on my wife, talking about not playing a victim. She has, like, when we talk about her health, I don't even know where to start. It's a long list of stuff that doctors don't know where it came, how we get rid of it. She's just sick out of nowhere. And it's like, wait, what did I do to deserve this, right? Like, I could see if she was in the corner smoking crack every day, and it's like, oh, it made you sick. It's just, we're all dealt with these cards that some of us we don't like, and some are worse than others. But the fact still remains, what are you going to do about it? Right? So our principle is going to be almost in the form of an affirmation. And I want you guys to say that I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. And if we want to make it more quotey-ish, we can say, you are not what happens to you. You are what you choose to become. And so, as we put some feet to it, I want you guys to pull out your creator frame. If you're brand new around here, the creator frame is the 4 dimensions of this game that we call life. You have your faith, which is what you're living for, that is bigger than yourself, right? For me, that is Jesus Christ. You have your relationships. That's your relationship with yourself and those around you. We have your energy, which is your health and your fitness. You have your economics, which is your money. That makes this acronym FREE. And we use this creator frame as a frame that works as like a framework, but also a frame that we use to look through this life that gives us abundance and prosperity versus lack and scarcity. All right. And we use it as this tool. We can, when we're feeling imbalance or we're feeling stuck in life, we can go back to this and just do a simple grading system on a scale from 1 to 10. Where's my faith at? 1 to 10. Where's my relationship? 1 to 10, energy. 1 to 10, economics, right? And when you see what's low, now you can address it. You can fix it. If you find yourself low in all of those or 3 or 4 of those, you're probably in a depression. And a lot of this is probably hitting home. You want to play the victim because some things you might have did it to yourself, right? You might not be a victim of the bad relationship. Maybe you decided to stay in there. You could have left, but it's cool. But maybe there's some other things that you had no control over. Maybe you went into work and then you found out, you are not essential. You get to go home. You can't control that. Coronavirus. But what you can do, right? You can choose how you respond and how you're going to move forward. Because you have 2 options. You can cry about it. You can say how unfair it is. You might be right. But what is that going to do? Is that going to feed your kids? Is that going to put money in the bank account? I'm willing to bet it won't. I'm willing to bet it won't. And so what can you do? Again, I want to be clear. Bad things happen. I'm worried about your response. You could tell me the worst thing in the world happened to you. Dion, I got kidnapped and they chopped all my toes off one by one. Well, first off, that sucks. I ain't even trying to be funny. That sucks. You ain't got no toes? God dang, that's rough. What you gonna do though? Right? If you was trying to grow up and be a NFL kicker, we might have to pivot. I don't know how much you need your toes for that, but you might have to pivot. Right? But what else can we do? We can't fix the past. We can't rewind, but we can look forward. We can have vision. And we can move forward without making excuses. And you can tell yourself, I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. So do a quick scan over the 4 dimensions of our life. And I want you to figure out, where might I be playing the victim? And I'm not saying you're on Facebook crying every day, right? It might just be something that you're holding on to and you don't even realize it. Right? It could be something small. You could be playing a victim in a like romantic relationship. It could be with your homeboy. It could be with your employees. Like when anything that you're not trying to accept responsibility for that's going bad in your life. And again, you may not have caused it, but you 100% can determine your reaction to it. All right. So it's very simple. Identify 1 to 3 areas where you feel you may be playing the victim. Write them out, pen and pad, or take notes in your phone, right? And then I want you to make a simple plan. Don't make it complicated. Make it simple to turn it around. And I want you to write your response out. What are you going to do that's better than what you're currently doing? Maybe you lost your job. Not your fault. It's okay. What you can do, I'm gonna learn some new skills. Right? I'll probably learn better skills so that I can get a job or start a business in an area where I can't get fired. Okay? Shameless plug. You want help on that? freecreatorblueprint.com. You can get the blueprint that I use to run my business absolutely free. That'll help you get started. All right? But maybe now's the time where you're pushed out your comfort zone and you got to learn some real skills. I don't want to say real skills, some better skills that's going to serve you and those around you at a higher level. Again, I'm just throwing out examples to get your brain moving. You do some work, though. You spend some time meditating on this. And I love you guys. I'm going to catch you tomorrow. But I got to remind you, too, Check out freecreatorcode.com. That's the code that we live by here as creators. If that made sense as I was explaining that creator frame, well, the code is just going to be next level because it really is the foundation, the core, like I said, the code that this movement is built on. I love you guys. You guys stay safe. I am at you mañana. Oh, I didn't even mean to push that. What the heck? Why did that? Well, now I'm embarrassed. I pushed the wrong button. All right, let's get out of here. I love you guys. Y'all are awesome. Till next time. God first. God bless.